Hello, everyone, and welcome to Daily God Gems with Lisa Renee. Here in the United States, it is Memorial Day, which is a special day set aside to honor those in the military who gave their life and made sacrifices for our freedom. They exemplified the sacrificial love of Christ, who also gave up his life for our eternal freedom. As we read in John chapter 15, verse 13, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." Before these courageous men and women made the ultimate sacrifice, they were living sacrifices in their service, just as their comrades who are currently serving or those who completed their service. Their living sacrifices include giving up time with their loved ones, giving up their personal pursuits in their civilian life, completely submitting to the orders of authority, and serving others. God desires that we also be living sacrifices. As children of God, chosen and called to be in service under Christ, we are to be living sacrifices. Apostle Paul tells us in Romans chapter 12, verse 1, "I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship." We can apply the example of our military men and women to ourselves as we strive to be living sacrifices for God, to prioritize our time with God over all things, to seek Him first, to give up our worldly desires, and completely submit to God's righteous commands to love Him and to love our neighbor. Besides placing God first and submitting our life to Christ, Apostle Paul expounds further in Romans chapter 12 on how to be a living sacrifice. He provides these points. "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Do not think of yourself more highly than you ought, but rather think of yourself with sober judgment." In verses 4 through 8, Paul shares that we have all been given different gifts and we should use them to serve others. And he continues in verses 9 through 21. "Love must be sincere. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor serving the Lord. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of low position. Do not be conceited. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath, for it is written, 'It is mine to avenge. I will repay,' says the Lord. On the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." So let us strive to be a living sacrifice by exemplifying Christ and serving others. As we read in Matthew chapter 20, verse 28, "Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Everyone have a wonderful day, and may God's love and peace be with you.